Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the tragic story of a mod that stood the test of time for a few years and became a cult classic to eventually spiral into a downfall of someone's personal opinion taking over their entire mod and then eventually throwing it all into the garbage can. This is the story of Orspawn. Alright, so let's get started at, the beginning. So, at the beginning, around 2013, or even longer ago, there was a bunch of updates and just amazing things coming out about this new mod that a lot of people hadn't heard about called Orspawn. And as you can see, it's being, you know, covered by popular MMOs, Atlanticraft, which Atlanticraft eventually turned into their biggest supporter up until, the split and Crazy Craft going kind of off the rails, and we'll probably talk about that in another video. But the fact of the matter is it's been 10 years, and as you can see, there's a lot of these, the death of Orspawn. What did Orspawn die? The downfall of Orspawn Part 2. So let me explain to you what happened. So basically, over the course of Orspawn's development, it was actually a really, really well developed mod. And the person working on it, I'm not going to look up his name just for privacy reasons, did a lot of updates that genuinely surprised a lot of people, adding in a bunch of monsters that otherwise probably would have never made their way into Minecraft. That being said, this didn't come without issues. For some while during the development of Orspawn, here, let me switch perspectives so then you guys can see me playing. But during the development of Orspawn, there's a bunch of issues, especially with what I like to call the modding community's D-Day, and this happened twice, I believe. 1.8 was one of the bigger issues for the modding community, just because the way Minecraft had programmed Java at the time made it really, really bad to update a mod from 1.7.10 to 1.8. Luckily, this mod in particular, Orspawn, wouldn't update years later until 1.12.2 would be updated. The version you see me playing is 1.7.10. Now, these creatures you see around me, the girlfriends, the tiny creatures like chipmunks, the mantis, which the mantis is the bane of a lot of people's existence, were very scary to a lot of people. And that's what ended up eventually driving view counts up. Not only that, but also with the view counts, a lot of people came from, Atlantic Craft, Crazy Craft, and it just became a phenomena of things that were getting very, very better. And Crazy Craft came out about 9 years ago, and Crazy Craft was a part of the Atlantic Craft's own launcher. If you guys don't know, it's called Void Wrath. I'm not sure if they do any mod packs anymore. I haven't kept up to date. Maybe I'll do that for the next video. But basically, Orspawn was the main focus, and then eventually other mods would be built on top. Custom mods would be built, and then finally we'd be left with what was now known as Crazy Craft 1.0, eventually turning to 2, 3, and then finally 4.0. So with that out of the way, you can see why Orspawn rose to fame so quickly. With a lot of YouTubers and a lot of coverage, also comes a lot of peering eyes into someone's social life. And this is where things get interesting. And I'm just going to show you guys the website as it is and let you guys decide for yourself. So, I'm not here to, I guess, pinch opinions or like tell you you can't believe in anything, but your opinion should not overscale and basically take over the entirety of your mod. If your mod is about making something for a block game, your opinion should not basically dictate that you're going to stop production on everything if someone disagrees with you. And unfortunately, this is where we came to the actual issue. Because unfortunately, the developer for Orspawn had some very profound opinions, and whenever he was challenged on them, he would bite people's heads off, become nasty, and then eventually that would lead to, well, a community basically turning their backs on him. And rightfully so, because yeah, we can all have our own opinions, that's fine. But again, like I said, you gotta separate your mod from your opinion. Like, if your mod's to make mythical fantasy creatures, you need to separate it from your opinion about political and, like, social things that are happening at the time. So, with that being said, this is Orspawn's website. Now, notice what you see here. First line, no one can stop the truth. If you're still on Vax, fight for your life, stay that way. Guys, I'm taking a break, not sure for how long. I'm bored with programming, getting into weightlifting, want to become a full, bulky, massive power lifter. Look out, Arnold, here I come. So at least he had some good intentions on leaving the space. But this being on the front page is gonna deter a lot of people. Like, and there's a fight back where if you click it, I believe it's like literally it's just a manifesto of like, oh, how you can just like, oh, how you can fight it back against like vaxing and stuff like that. And like, he's not threatening violence usually, but if your first sentence says let it go, then yeah, you might have some issues. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. So basically, if you go to download page, I believe, yeah, see, your mod or whatever should not be immediately like, like, as a person who plays Minecraft, I do not care about your fight back page. Do not care. I'm looking for literally Orspawn. And by the way, at this point, Orspawn is dead. This guy stopped making Orspawn years ago and decided to start doing this Danger Zone, which is basically a coded kind of game. And I saw it, and it's rough. It's very, very rough. So anyway, that's where his page lies in 2023. But we do have another update from Reddit, so give me 1 second. If you guys are wondering why I'm muting my mic so much, it's because I'm still sick and I am coughing when I mute my mic. So, anyway, So r/feed the beast, made by Deleted. Let's read this. So it says, "Good riddance, Discord. A quick goodbye to most hateful, harmful, nasty place I could ever imagine on the internet. Discord. It's been a horrible experience from day one. So many haters and no way to stop them. Just horrible, terrible place with endless drama that ended up making me dread just sitting at my own computer. So good riddance, Discord. You have failed. I, for one, will never be back. In fact, the entire Orspawn update is now canceled. I put thousands of dollars out of my own pocket into it, and I have just gotten too much hate back from it. I'm sorry to all the true Orspawn fans out there. I absolutely adore and appreciate you, but Orspawn on MC needs to fade away. Orspawn lives on Danger Zone now. There's simply no way to work around the absolutely hideous MC Eula. I've met few really wonderful people along the way too, and I hope you all stay in contact. I wish there were more of you. The world needs more decent people. Richard." So I am gonna dissect this a little bit. We'll go back to my Minecraft instance. So basically what that was the final post from Richard, aka the main developer. Again, I didn't take the time to look up his name because I didn't want to be like, oh, it's this guy. But I'm not gonna sit there and look up a last name either. The guy is, done with. He's done with Minecraft as far as we're concerned. But basically, he states here that the Minecraft EULA is basically making it so then he cannot produce his mods, which I call a lot of cap on, just for the simple fact of back then and even nowadays, if you're just making a mod that is going to edit like a bunch of things, add a bunch of dimensions and everything, we have those nowadays. But, and this is my theory because unfortunately we can only go off theories, but my theory was that Richard himself was trying to promote whatever he was doing with his website, which you guys saw at the beginning, into his mod. And of course, doing something like that, stirring up political issues, is extremely against the Minecraft EULA. Like, I don't mind if you have different opinions, but opinions in a children's game that are so drastic and stem off of like political beliefs have no place in a children's game. Just pointing that out. But either he was trying to do that, or, and this is something I've seen Ant Venom put out, he was trying to monetize his stuff more, which is a big issue with Minecraft EULA, is that um, people who do the marketplace can monetize their stuff, but mod makers cannot. And I've seen people talk about it. I've seen, there's a lot of outrage about it. Maybe at one point I'll make a video, but that's like the two main things I could think of that would trigger something like that to be a response. By the way, this was like my favorite part of the Orspawn mod back in the day when you would get these from chests, and then you could just literally like just go through and be like, "Ooh, I need that. I need that. Oh, look, diamonds." You know. But yeah, as far as it stands right now, Richard is gone. He, it looks like, not only abandoned the original Minecraft version of Orspawn, he also, it seems, has abandoned Danger Zone as well. I don't think there's been many updates to that game either. Now, with that being said, there's only one thing that comes to mind. And that is, what now? Or Spawn, like, is really only living on through people who still play 1.7.10. And so it makes you wonder, well, what's the next chapter? Well, I'll show you what some people have been cooking up. Alright, so to the untrained eye, you will probably see me just in a regular Minecraft world, kind of like I already was in 1.7.10. But if I do this, if you notice, I got an advancement, and also some of the textures on this stuff is different. So I'd like to welcome all of you to the next stage. No longer called, oh, they changed it. No longer called Ore Spawn. Welcome, everybody. Chaos Awakens. Chaos Awakens is a spiritual successor to the Ore Spawn mod, since our buddy Richard is no longer developing. Wait, can I just... Yes, I can. Okay. That's cool. But since our buddy Richard is no longer developing the mod, some people put into their own hands to develop the spiritual successor known as Chaos Awakens. It is developed by a really good looking team owned by Funky Monk 164. There's a bunch of other people. So what I'll do real quick, I will put this on the screen. This is the page. But if you look at this and you scroll up, you'll notice that the recent file is from 2022. So you're probably wondering, well, it's from 2022. They obviously probably are no longer developing it because a lot of Ore Spawn developers no longer go past 2022. And for that, I'd like to direct your attention to my next example, which comes from this very same group's Discord, which is the Chaos Awakens Discord. Here, let me scale it real quick. Sorry, my scaling's weird because I think they're just weird. You guys are gonna see me do weird stuff. But anyway, this is the Chaos Awakens server for Discord. Now, if you notice, 7/16/23, July 16th. Now let's watch this. He's punching cows. Bonk. Oh yeah, he taunted. He definitely taunted. So basically, I'm guessing Jeffrey, yeah, he's a boss. Okay. So here's all the road maps, and if we were to go back and look, it's point 12, which is the next one. It says, starting from... It says, starting from 0.12.1, any new features, mainly entities, added to Chaos Awakens will have full or close to full mechanics, but lack some visual/visual effects until they're added in a later update. Not all features are listed word for word in each update roadmap. So they're already planning another update for 0.12. So they're refactoring the entire code. They're adding Robo, Jeffrey, as you guys saw, more blocks, world generation dungeons, more progress, more biomes, overhauling to the Robo Pounder, and some other mobs, adding several blocks to accommodate for world gen changes and improvement. Few items relating to entities added slash overhauled in this update. Add some child entities, reworked entries, add more config, finish AI rework for almost all entities, list of bug fixes and optimization which will come from following projects code being refactored, fix mod incompatibilities, and update some more assets. Now, if we go, look, they show off like some cool stuff. They show off Jeffrey, show off like the boss bar. And yeah, they just have a lot of things coming. Now, as far as when it's going to happen, we have no idea. And again, Funky Monk is still at the head. Same with this guy, The Rock. But they are posting a lot of things. They talk about a scam email, pencils. But yeah. So that's where we sit right now. As far as everything is concerned, original creator Richard is no longer involved with anything to do with Orespawn. The name of Orespawn is no longer Orespawn, is now Chaos Awakens. And honestly, I'm kind of happy with. So, what started as a mod that captivated audiences, gave everybody kind of that breath of fresh air amongst all the like tiny typical mods that we are seeing in the day and age of 1.7.10, because you gotta remember that was like modding haven before 1.8 came in to just destroy a lot of it. Although I wish there was more lights in this. That's my only complaint. But yeah, captivated so many audiences, and then was eventually led to its own downfall by its own creator, being just a very selfish person, using his following from the mod to try to spread his own agenda to what specifically who are kids who are definitely going to be, downloading these mods and trying to basically warp what these kids think about certain things. And then eventually being pushed out, being told basically to stop. To the point where he quit Discord, he quit all of these other things, and eventually left the platform, leading way to this beautiful piece, which is Chaos Awakens. And as far as the story goes, this isn't the end. It's only the beginning. At least for Chaos Awakens. For Richard and or Spawn / Danger Zone, unfortunately, those names both will basically be put in the wall of infamy for probably the remainder of Minecraft's life cycle whenever Minecraft eventually, or if Minecraft ever eventually dies off. But anyway, guys, I like doing these. Also, if you guys didn't tell, I do have a new skin. I'm going to be switching it up. Because, yeah, the other skin is me, but I think I like this skin more. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to show you guys how I look like in real life. It's more, this is what I like. I like axolotls, so, yeah. But anyway, guys, that was the story of Boar Spawn and how it led to the birth of Chaos Awakens. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, as always, like button. Sorry for all the like pauses and everything. Again, I'm sick while making this. I wish I wasn't. But anyway, guys, don't forget to comment down below what topic should I tackle next. I have a few things I want to look at, but for right now, my topics aren't set in stone yet. And I think I like this type of Minecraft content versus like playing Skyblock and Prison. Eventually, maybe at some point, I will, take a detour back. But right now, from what I know, Akuma's kind of a mad show, but that's because they banned auto clickers. Maybe I'll do a story on that. But anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.